Good morning. It's Thursday, March 24th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the basic sets this morning, and I'm going to adjust the camera here. Hang on a second. There we go. Little bit more floor space, right? So if I stand back here, I've got enough room to step forward a little bit. A little bit of an adjustment sometimes is useful. I want to mention something this morning, mostly because it's something that's bothering me, but hey, it happens. But what I want to talk about is not what's bothering me. I want to talk about what goes on behind that, and that is the ethics and the moral character that traditional teachers looked for, and for me, that I would look for in someone who wanted to study with me, not on video, right? They actually want to be in a room and study with me. And that moral, ethical character at its foundation says that we don't bully anybody. If you're stronger, you can't be a bully. You can't. I'm not going to teach you if you are, okay? If you're stronger and you look out for the person that's not so strong, that person I want to teach, right? The fundamental moral and ethical character that gives that distinction, that I'm going to help somebody versus I want to hurt somebody, that fundamental difference matters so very much in my teaching and what I've learned. That whatever level of skill you may have, you don't use it to bully others. You don't. It's just not. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. Having said all of that, we work to develop the strength to stand up to a bully. We want that strength. Part of Qigong practice, we talk about this a lot, part of Qigong practice is developing that strength. Wait, Qigong practice is this nice, quiet, breathing exercise. We're just, everything's not. There's more to it. As we practice, and I mention this in the context of learning a movement, that we use strength in a particular movement. And by using strength, by engaging all of the muscles that we can engage. You have to be able to reach out and touch them to be able to engage them. Using all of the muscles that we can engage gives us the muscle memory for those movements. In our Qigong practice, as we deepen the breath, as we deepen the qi, the flow of energy, we also deepen the strength that we're developing. That intrinsic strength, because in Qigong we're moving more slowly. We're not using the kinetic energy, the energy from movement. We're trying to retain and store that energy. As we practice that, as we do that, we develop an intrinsic strength that we wouldn't have otherwise. Side benefits, lots of benefits from practice. That intrinsic strength by itself is beneficial. We can also use it. There are applications that we can use, and part of the effort behind our practice should be to pay attention to that internal strength. This is particular for Qigong. Pay attention to that internal strength. Where is it? Which body parts am I using? What kind of strength am I developing? And how might I apply that strength to something that is not Qigong practice? So there are applications. There are traditional Chinese medical applications. There are regulating the body is fundamental in traditional Chinese medicine. It is. There are martial applications to some of what we're doing. We need to be aware of those as we practice. Let's get started. Sip of coffee. Check the board over here. Make sure everything's good. All right. Basic stretch first. Feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. Open the arms. Pull up through the crown of the head. Drop the shoulders. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Hand circles to the front. Breathe in. And back around to both sides. Breathe out. Up along center line. Breathe in. And stretch up. Reach out over the legs. Bend the knees. Open the hips. Reach out. One more time. Pull up. Stretch out. And fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Hands return to your sides. Begin at extreme emptiness. Ladies, right hand on the outside. Gentlemen, left hand on the outside. Both hands crossed at the lower dantian. And breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Bend the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open the back. Bend through the hip. Back remains straight, naturally relaxed, not stiff, just straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Let the tailbone drop down. Bend the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more times, and breathe in. Coordinate the breath and the movement. Breathe out. And breathe in again. Hands separate. Down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to do that set one more time, with the idea that we want to pay attention to keeping the physical body, especially the upper body, well suspended and pulled up and in, so that as we sink, the leg moves. Let me see where I can put my hand. No, put it right there. All right. Yep, there we go. Right here. Notice my wrist up in here. All right. No leaning forward or back. All that happens is the hip opens and the leg bends. Right? That stillness in the movement is not stiff. It's not forced. Drop the tailbone. As you sink, open the hip, drop the tailbone. You feel it drop. I literally feel it drop. And pull up, suspend from the crown of the head. Feet about shoulder width apart. Ladies, right hand on the outside. Gentlemen, left hand on the outside. Pay attention to that natural curve in the spine. Pay attention to all of the vertebrae in the spine. Open the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Drop the tailbone. Open the hip. Open the legs. Pull up through the center. Pull up through the crown of the head. And breathe in. Breathe out. Pull up. Even as you sink, pull up and in through the body. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull in. Pull up through the hip. Open the hip. Open the space between the hip and the leg. Let the hip drop. And one more time. Open the hip. Breathe in. Hands separate. Down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. I'm going to move things along now with the idea that we want to pay attention to this idea of using quiet movement, keeping the body quiet generally. Right? I'm no extra, not doing anything extra. And taking that opportunity to focus on different elements of each movement as we practice, so that we are paying more attention to, for this class, we're paying a little bit more attention to the use of physical strength focused breath, and enough energy, enough force isn't really quite the right word, because we don't really want force here. We want that animating energy. It's not force, it's a different type of expression, it's a different type of energy. We want that animating energy so that our movement is lively and full, as well as being strong. We do not want the kind of force that we would expect with Xingyi or with Shaolin or with some other practices. Okay? So this internal energy, this animating energy, along with the breath and the movements, keeping the body in good alignment through each of the postures. I got warm. Here we go. Pushing the mountain. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head, drop the shoulders, and breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Breathe in. Press out. Pull up through the center, keep the back straight. Where is there strength? Where is there something that can be relaxed? What do you need to use? And what direction is it going? Connect the breath. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Energy in the move. This is a little bit of strength. Know where that strength is. Which muscles do you need to use? As you move. 2 more. Where can you make the least effort? Where do you need to make the most effort? Press down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. While Goose flying, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Same question here. What's working? What doesn't need to work quite so much? Attach through the entire back. Use the full spine as you open. It's all attached. Open the back. Pull up through the front. Smile. Relax. The more you can relax, the easier it is to move. 2 more. Connect the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Palms up. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. I'm going to turn around. Left side, right side. Diagonal flying. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn to the left, left toes turn, up and down. Same thing, the more you can relax, the more you allow the movement to happen. Don't force it, use it. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. As you rise, open the hip. That helps you when you sink. Keep the hip open as you go down and pull up. And keep it open. And bring it back up. Bend and straighten. That's all there is. Pull up. Sink. Come back to center. Relax through the movement. Keep your center. Suspend through the back. Hold through the front. Two more. Up, hold, and come to center. Up, hold, come to center. Last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Breathe in, breathe out. Palms supporting heaven and breathe in. Palms press up and turn left, right, center. And come up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and center. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax the waist, relax through the upper body, connect the lower body, and turn. 2 more. And turn. Last time. Breathe in, hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we have push, both sides, turning palm, ward off, pull down, and hand strum the lute. We're still going to do all of these. What I want to stop and, besides getting a little sip of coffee, right? What I want to stop and talk about just a little bit is the idea that I mentioned at the beginning of class, that we have strength, that we have energy, and that we have application behind what we're doing. There's martial application that goes with. Even begin at extreme emptiness. There's a couple things we can do with that. There is. There is. It's part of this idea of using the whole body, of developing how we move and how we can move, so that whatever we have in our toolbox of movement, right? I've got this kind of movement, I've got this kind of movement, I've got a ratchet wrench, and I've got a hammer, and I got some screwdrivers over here, and I got a saw, and I got a good toolbox. The more tools we have in the toolbox, right, that we can use. It's just not just, I got all these, I can do a bunch of stuff. I can use this. That part, yeah, I've got a toolbox, and I can use all the tools in my toolbox, actually. So that's part of where we want to be. That idea that as we practice, we pay attention to certain things every day. This one today, this one tomorrow, this is another one. Each time we practice, we build those skills so that we have more tools in the toolbox should we need to use them. What can I do with a screwdriver? Oh, I can do a lot of things with a screwdriver. I can do a lot of things. I put up all kinds of pictures and you know, put the computer together, and I can do all kinds of things. I can work on a car. I can do all kinds of things with a screwdriver. There's some other things I can do with a screwdriver too. I can assemble furniture. I can. Right? Lots of things to do with that. What kind of tools do you have? What's available? In our practice, we gain the ability to use the forms that we're learning, the physical outward shape of the form. We gain the ability to use those tools through paying attention to what we're doing while we're practicing. All right, so push. Push. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Push. All right. Now I'm going to take this part for just a second, and we're going to get started. And I'm not going to stop until we finish the rest. All right. So for push. No. You know, my head's a little more cut off than I would like it to be at that angle. Let me do this. There we go. It's all right. I can do this. All right, so arms only, right? Push. My arms are not that strong. And it doesn't matter how strong your arms are. The potential that your opponent's arms are stronger than yours, it's there, right? Why rely on this small part when everything can be used? Sit back, sink, push. That push has energy. It can have force. And it's connected through the entire body using the principle that we apply, root. This idea of sinking and pulling up from underneath, just like a tree drops its roots and grows above the ground. as it grows under the ground. So, small tree, small roots. Bigger tree, lots more roots. We pay attention, in the internal arts, we pay attention to what that root looks like. So, sink, spread, and then push. All of these exercises, pay attention to that idea, and as I mentioned at the beginning, the idea of using strength, not overdoing it, not extra muscle, just the idea that there's strength in the movement, there's energy in the movement. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shift to the right. Sink. Push to the left. Pull in. Center. Pay attention to this idea of root. Everything comes through the whole body from below where you're standing. Stay centered. Make sure your body is well coordinated and well placed, so that as you extend the strength through your body, as you extend the energy through your body, you remain grounded, stable, and solid. Even though outwardly the movement appears soft, supple, and relaxed. Connect the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Pay attention to that intrinsic strength. Connect the breath. 2 more. Connect the internal breath, chi. Connect the physical energy and the internal energy. Center. Stay focused. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turning palm. Shift on the toes. Little step. Sink the heel as you turn the palm and shift the weight forward. Sink. Even as the hands come up, sink. Sink into the supporting leg. Use the opposite motion, the opposing motion, to raise the hands. Connect the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push into the heel as you shift forward. Sink. Push into the heel. Press forward. And return. Keep the upper arm soft and solid. Make sure it stays below your shoulder. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push from the hip. Underhand comes from the hip. Push and return. Right hand, pay attention to the hip. And come back. Left hand, pay attention to the hip. Push and return. Let's do one more. Connect the breath and the movement. And return. Hands down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold ball. Right side. Ward off left side, pull down right. And return to center. Hold the ball left side. Ward off right side, pull down left. Open the back. Open the arms. Hold the center. Push through the heel. Push down even as the body extends outward and opens. Extending arm does not go too high. Doesn't go past your shoulder. Keep the back and the chest engaged as you extend the arm. It's not the arm you're extending. It's the whole body. Open and close. Hold ball. Open and close. Two more. Hold ball. Right side. Sink into the heel last time. Sink into the heel as you step. Connect through the root. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. Breathe out. Peep-a-boom. Shift right, hand circle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to center. And on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to center. Relax through the upper body. Use the whole back. Open the hip. Hold through the center. And again, left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come to center. Circle and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to center. Keep the back straight. Don't lean. Two more. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. The more we can connect the movement and the breath without effort, okay, just there, the more we are able to do that, the easier it is to do everything else. The concentration that we want to bring to our practice is not what we want to carry in our daily interactions. We don't. We want to store that. We want to develop it so that when we need it, we can use it. It's not, it's kind of like, yeah, my mom's special dinnerware. She had a set of dishes, and twice a year we'd see those dishes. That was it. Every other day was the ordinary dishes. All right? The practice that we develop is that special set of dishes. We don't use it all the time. It's there. We can bring it out when we need it. But we don't always use it. At the end of class, we want to put it away. I've used the toys, the kids' toys. Kids got your toys, you take all your toys out of your toy box and play with them. When you're done, you put them back in the toy box so that we can walk through the room, okay? Same idea. I'll be back tomorrow with the advanced sets, Wudang Qigong. Next week, Xingyi. We're going to progress, and it may be going a little faster. I have some other things that I want to get to, and in the scheme of things that I have right now, finishing the Xingyi form is at the top of the list. So I'm going to move that along a little bit. Foundations matter. This class will help with the Xingyi class, because that connection of breath and movement, we need it even more there. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.